Hi guys, welcome to Morningside Plants. My name is Miranda Tucker, and today we are going to be potting up my pothos, my Marble Queen pothos. Actually, I'm not sure if it is Marble Queen or Snow Queen, but you guys will have to let me know in the comments once you see this queen. Let's get to it. Alright, perfect. Welcome to my kitchen. So this is my pothos that we're potting today. And I ordered this one off of Amazon, and sadly I don't actually have, I do have it. It's in my Gmail somewhere. I have who the actual seller was, but I think it was just something like kind of stock that you would see on Amazon. I bought this because I got a cool gift card for Christmas, but for one of my students when I was still teaching. And of course, I'm gonna use it on plant. I wanted more plants for our kitchen in here, and of course I want more plants that vine, so that's what I got. I've actually been wanting to kind of collect all of the pothos. That's what I've been doing, or epiprimnum. It's been in my house now for probably 3 or 4 months, and she's doing pretty good. I did lose a couple of leaves when I first put her up on the wall because it's just a little dry over here, I think, in the winter time, because the furnace is at the bottom of the wall nearby where this girl is. So again, my question for all of you is, what is this leaf? Is this a Snow Queen or Marble Queen? I really can't tell because obviously I don't have the other one, so I can't compare them. Actually, the funny thing is I was supposed to get both the Marble Queen and the Snow Queen when I ordered these plants, this plant, but I must have ordered the other one from somewhere else because it came as just a bunch of cuttings. It was in the middle of winter, and obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic and mail is kind of wild right now, so it ended up being almost completely dead when it got to me, and I tried to keep it alive, keep the cuttings alive, but the weird thing is they weren't even cuttings with nodes, they were just cut. Most of them had no nodes, like I don't even know, there might have been like one node. So to say the least, that was a disappointing experience. I was really happy that this plant came successfully. So what I'm gonna do is plant this today in a 6-inch terracotta pot. And while I do it, I'm gonna just kind of tell you guys a little bit about how I got into plants, because it's been a little bit now on the channel and I haven't really talked about it yet. And I'm gonna talk about houseplants specifically because Emma and I will definitely be making some more videos talking about kind of our journey into growing food and to growing perennial plants and outdoor plants. But today I'm just going to talk a little bit while I pot about how I got into houseplants, and yeah, I might interrupt my stories a little bit with talking about plant care. How I got into plants. It all started with, it's only been a year, honestly. It's only been since 2020. It's only been since February of 2020 when I got my first houseplant. You know, I think that when I was a little youth, I did have some houseplants. No, I didn't have any houseplants, but I think I had like bamboo. And of course, I really had no idea how to take care of it, and I'm pretty sure it died at some point, of course. But my first houseplant was a red aglaonema that my partner got for me for my birthday. First of all, we have been talking about houseplants for a while, and I just was kind of in love with the idea of having a lot of houseplants in the house, and I have always really been in love with home decor, and I'm going to change it from home decor too. I've just been really in love with like fixing up the space around me and making it someplace that I want to be, which isn't always necessarily what everyone else wants to see, but I am pretty hip, so. So I was always into kind of decorating my house affordably. And so on my birthday, they decided to finally get me a houseplant, and we've been talking about it for a little while, but I really didn't know anything about them. I didn't have any plant in mind, and they just went to the farmer's market in Royal Oak, and they were able to pick up a beautiful, I think like 8-inch red aglaonema. Then we had that aglaonema for a couple of months. It was doing pretty good, but I honestly didn't know what I was doing with watering because I was looking online and people were saying things like, don't water your plants very much when you water them. Don't make sure you have a drainage hole. I was just really confused about planting in general. So when I first got the aglaonema, it was pretty difficult to know how to take care of her. So on a fateful day, maybe in like April or something, into the pandemic, I think I overwatered the plant. I watered it like the day after Emma, my partner, watered the plant, and I was pretty scared. We found out pretty much immediately, and I was like, oh no, I have done the deed, the murder. And so we tried a lot of things. So at first, the plant started drooping, and so I started looking online, how am I supposed to save this aglaonema? And of course I got a lot of conflicting advice, but also some good advice, but I felt like it was already too late. I had already overwatered her, and now what? So that's really how the journey began, because once I started looking up things about houseplants, you know how scary it is, but the ads started to come to me. The ads started to, like, you know, the plants came to me like magnets. All the plant shops in the world started to show me all of their succulents and Hoyas and all these plants I'd never heard of, and I was falling in love. And so we ended up splitting the aglaonema into like 4 different pots and trying to save her. And she did hold out for like another 4 months, I think, but eventually did die. But that's how I got into it. And rest in peace. Around May or April, around the beginning of the true, but around May, once all of the houseplant ads were coming and blowing up my phone, I saw an ad for Mountain Crest Gardens, which is a succulent company. And so me and my partner ordered a bunch of succulents, and we were really excited for them to come. I think Emma was actually really nervous because they had had a bad experience with some plants in the past. But okay, so when we were ordering these succulents though, we made sure that we got like the easy care hardy succulents. I got a kalanchoe. We got 5 different kinds of jade, and we got a tiger's jaw, which is a really cool, pretty guy, which did unfortunately die. And we got some Haworthia, because at the time we didn't really know, how is it gonna work with plants and pets in the same house. So we got some pet safe Haworthia to have down low, and maybe some jade to put up somewhere. And so those came, and I was super excited. I ordered like 12 pots because we got a bunch of succulents. So when the succulents came, Emma and I were really excited. After a couple of days of kind of letting them get used to our house, we went ahead and planted them in some 2.5-inch terracotta pots. And we had looked really far and wide to figure out what was the best potting soil to put them in. And honestly, we did not succeed 100% that first time, but I think we gave a really valiant effort because we got some different rocks We got some cactus soil from Miracle Grow, and I even got some worm castings because I started watching Plantarina. Which brings me to the next part of my plant journey, Plantarina herself. Yes, I fell in love with Plantarina. I started watching all of her videos and I was obsessed with all of the different finds. I think she's so funny. Please, if you're watching this, comment and send me plants. But I started falling in love with Plantarina, and so I couldn't really help it. I just started like researching plants. I started watching plant videos all the time. I'm kind of an insomniac, so I would wake up in the middle of the night and just start watching plant videos. That's when I came across a couple other people like Harley G and Wild Fern. So anyway, I found Plant YouTube and I fell in love, and ever since then it's been a love story. And collectively, Emma and I have been discovering planting for pretty much the last year, and in the past couple of months we've made really big moves to make planting a bigger part of our life, and to, I don't know, maybe in certain ways give over our life to planting into a more natural rhythm of life. So I'm really excited. That's how I came to houseplants in general. And so because I love decorating houseplants and I love like thrifting things and I love finding pots and stuff, I just love that you can get a bunch of different parts of the planting process for only a couple bucks each. Like this pot is a couple bucks, the soil is a couple bucks, and this Marble Queen, maybe Snow Queen Pothos was I think only $15. And so it was an affordable and lovely hobby for me to get into. So yeah, honestly that was really easy to pot up. Let's just look at her. Okay, one of the things about this plant is that she is reverted right here. At least it seems like half of the plant is reverted. Now that I'm done with that part, I feel like she's nice and snug inside the soil. I'm gonna go ahead and use some of these pieces of orchid bark to kind of put on the top dress, which is totally not really necessary, but it looks nice. And the way that I have this plant on the wall, this soil is visible, so it'll be kind of pretty if people can see the wood chips. Eventually I'm gonna want to put in some more cuttings back into the soil, so I'm not going to try to pack it too much with soil covering with. So okay, now let's see how she looks on the wall. So right now she definitely looks a little bit droopy to the left, but as the growing season commences, I think that she will fill out more and grow all over. And there's my Micans. Say hello. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out with me today and watching me / helping me, because it really does help for me to kind of hang out with anyone, everyone, while I'm doing this stuff. It makes a hobby that I already love that much better. But thank you for watching today, and please tune in to Emma and I's videos later this week. Please subscribe, comment, follow, look for me on all of the other social medias, and don't forget to tell me whether or not that's a Snow Queen or a Marble Queen, because that question honestly burns me up inside, because it's just too impossible to tell from the pictures, and I can't find any Marble Queens in the stores nearby. Anyway, bye!